What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Lauren Sanchez, you might have something to worry about. Sources are saying that Lauren Sanchez may be losing her collective mind. Why? Because Lauren Sanchez, the woman who landed Jeff Bezos, flew herself into space and kept the Kardashians off her yacht, literally and figuratively, is now allegedly dealing with a new problem. A one Miss Sweeney. Because according to reports from Yahoo Entertainment, and She Knows, and a wealth of other places, Lauren Sanchez was blindsided when Jeff Bezos invested in Sydney's lingerie line. And suddenly, the internet is buzzing. Is Sydney Sweeney the latest Hollywood girl to threaten a billionaire relationship? Now, let's be real. Should Lauren actually be worried? Probably not, but I don't know. You get them sometimes how you get them. But will she let Sydney breathe too close to her $1 trillion investment? Absolutely not. And here's why. Because the sources are saying that Lauren has dealt with worse. Because if you think Sydney Sweeney is a problem, let's not forget, Lauren already survived the Kardashians. Now listen. Here's where the story gets good. Baby, let's talk about the Kardashians, Sydney Sweeney, and Bezos' billionaire bra wars. Because Lauren Sanchez allegedly just wasn't blindsided by Bezos investing in Sydney Sweeney's little lingerie startup. Lauren was blindsided because from her seat, her view, baby, this is nothing but deja vu. See, here's the thing. Lauren already fought this battle against the professional level man snatchers that we collectively call the Kardashians. And say what you will about the Kardashians, but one thing's consistent. They're notorious for two things: turning side hustles into empires and allegedly taking men like job openings. Okay, let's be real. You practically have to be in a committed relationship for the Kardashians to even take you seriously. It's not personal, baby. It's just their recruitment strategy. Now, Kim spent years circling Jeff Bezos. She wasn't just looking for a seat at the table. She wanted funding. Jeff Bezos even handed Kim the first and only Amazon Fashion Innovation Award. Baby, that wasn't fashion. Some people said it looked like foreplay. Kim wanted Amazon backing for Skims. She wanted the next level investment. And allegedly, maybe she didn't get it. Let's also not forget her little hedge fund, Sky Investment Partners. Baby, they downgraded Kim and booted Chris off. Again, let's just say many people she thought that Bezos money was going to flow in, and it did not come. Now, you guys, I got a question for you. Is anybody in the audience willing to pretend that Kim would have stopped there? Many people say she didn't just want Amazon dollars. She'd have happily walked out with Jeff Bezos himself. An 80-carat wedding ring and all. This is the same woman who pledged her love to Pete Davidson and called him the best dad while letting him teach North how to drive a golf cart. Kim remembers Pete later checked himself into rehab and said that he was high off a Special K the whole time he was in a relationship with Kim. I assume the golf cart falls under the whole time. Now, no disrespect to Pete, but Jeff Bezos would have been a come up. Let's also not forget that Pete introduced Kim allegedly to Jeff Bezos. So, from Lauren's perspective, she got Kim out of her orbit. She secured that bag and she locked down her billionaire. And just when she's relaxing, here comes Sydney Sweeney. Many people call her the Dollar Tree version of Kim Kardashian. Now, listen, I wouldn't call her the Dollar Tree version of Kim Kardashian because Kim Kardashian started on a tape with Ray J. Sydney Sweeney was on Euphoria. She has a talent. Nobody can take that from her. Now get to this. Sources are saying that Sydney's out here allegedly playing friendly, working her Prime Video deals, and suddenly Jeff Bezos out the blue is investing in her lingerie line. Baby, it's giving Amazon dupe Skims. And to make it worse, Sydney showed up at Lauren and Jeff's wedding. Yes, that wedding.
It's one of the most romantic cities in the world. So it's no wonder why Amazon billionaire Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez chose the Italian lagoon city for their mega wedding.
And then told the press she didn't know them. But again, Sydney, how can you not know your boss? Okay? You know your boss, which is Jeff Bezos. I think that might have been a thinly veiled dig at Lauren Sanchez, because that's the only person who didn't seem to know her. In any case, Sydney, be serious. If you don't know Lauren Sanchez, why were you sipping champagne at her wedding while Bezos literally was funding your bras? And at this point, Lauren Sanchez isn't just blindsided. Baby, she's there saying that she is reacting her defense strategy. Because trust me, if Lauren could keep Kim Kardashian out of her orbit, off of her yacht, she's not about to lose to Sydney Sweeney in a satin bodysuit. I mean, baby, listen, we do have to talk about Sydney Sweeney. That's Hollywood's perceived, both real and imagined threat. Let's talk about Sydney. People love accusing Sydney Sweeney of playing the long game. Not because she's done anything concrete. No. Listen, there's been no confirmed cheating scandals, no receipts, but there does seem to be a slight pattern. Sydney's career strategy seems to be proximity. She gets just close enough to powerful men to start rumors and then sits back while the internet does the rest. Remember Glenn Powell? The Anyone But You press tour? His long-term girlfriend vanished mid-campaign and the people blamed Sydney? Did Sydney actually do anything? Well, if you listen to Sydney's people, no. But the perception, that's where she wins. Sydney doesn't even have to really steal your man. She just needs to be close enough to make people think that she might. And now she's in Jeff Bezos' orbit. After working with him on a Prime Video project, Jeff Bezos is allegedly investing directly in her lingerie brand. Cute on paper, but Lauren Sanchez was not thrilled. Baby, as Yahoo Entertainment put it, Lauren Sanchez was reportedly blindsided by Jeff Bezos' investment in Sydney Sweeney's lingerie line. There's definitely tension. Why? Because Sydney Sweeney is a brand risk. Her reputation is sticky. She's known for being around, quote unquote, attached men. And Lauren's not here to let her hard-won billionaire slip through to go to some euphoria starlet, literally dressed in lace her boyfriend is financing? Baby, and let's get into the Kardashian history, the real threat. Because we got to put this in perspective. Sydney's not the first woman Lauren's had to fend off. You remember what we said? The Kardashians seem to be professional level man stealers. And baby, that's not shade, that's strategy. Kim, in particular, has a reputation. As the saying goes, you practically need to be in a relationship for Kim to take you seriously. From Kanye to Reggie to Pete, Kim doesn't hunt bachelors, she hunts for upgrades. And let's not act like she wouldn't have added Bezos to that list. Kim has spent years cozying up to Bezos. She wasn't just looking for photo ops. She wanted those Amazon dollars, remember? Remember when he gave her the first and only Amazon Fashion Innovation Award? That wasn't a fashion moment, baby. We can call that business foreplay. Remember when Kim wanted him to back Skims? She wanted that next level investment. And if Bezos had written a check, does anybody think Kim would have stopped there? Again, what happened? What is going on? Because let's be honest, from Lauren's seat, this is a repeat of a Kim saga, but one that she cannot seem to draw in and befriend and control. Lauren just finished fighting off the Skims takeover, and now Jeff is once again barking up Sydney's tree. Now, many say this might just be a very, 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 very shrewd business strategy Now, the thing is, shrewd on who? I mean, Jeff could have made that argument with Kim. You're investing in Skims. She needed the investment. As much as everybody's wearing Skims, that seems to be what Kim's worried about. There's oversaturation in the market. And the campaign is getting boring. Okay? People said that Jeff could just be looking at this from business. Listen, Kim wants me to invest in Skims, but I own Amazon. Amazon sells all the Skims dupes. Maybe I'll just, I don't know, start my own Skims dupe line. And then I won't have to worry about anything. I have the distribution, I have the management. Skims is getting tired anyway. Does anybody want to buy it a third off?
What happens, though, sometimes is that we let our intellectual selves overrule those passions. And so that's what needs to be guarded against.
Maybe. But then why would Lauren be blindsided if all these reports are true? You would think, as close as they are, Lauren would know a little bit more about Jeff's business. Or you would think that if he did make a sound business decision, the last thing she would feel is blindsided? Why would you be blindsided about the way your man makes all that money? I don't know, guys. It really makes you think, okay? But we got to make one thing clear as we close this out, because time will reveal all, okay? But let's wrap it up. Sydney Sweeney, she's not stealing Jeff Bezos. Let's be serious. Lauren Sanchez has dealt with way bigger threats. Like we said, the Kardashians. Okay? And speaking of Kim, can we just take a moment before we end this to just imagine how furious Kim must be right now? She spent years working the Bezos angle. All that glam, all the networking, all those awkward corporate dinners, pretending she cared about Amazon logistics. And for what? For Jeff to turn around and hand the investment she wanted to Sydney Sweeney? A girl half her age, a quarter as strategic, and with maybe a third of her shame, but 300% in her talent. Actually, 3,000% her talent. Baby. And don't get me wrong, Sydney's cute, but Kim must be in full meltdown mode, watching all her hard work go straight in to Lauren's social circle. Because Lauren's the one playing buddy-buddy with Jeff every morning.
You know, I'd be getting married. I mean, life is just beginning. It is just beginning.
You are preaching to the choir right here. We love you. That's amazing.
It just gets better and better.
And baby too, while Kim's stuck watching from the sidelines. At the end of the day, what did Kim get from all that? The CFDA award and some selfies with Jeff? Meanwhile, Lauren got a yacht. She got The Rock. She got a wedding, one of the most expensive weddings of the last decade, and Amazon stock options. And Cindy got her lingerie money, which is cute. So no, Lauren Sanchez isn't sweating. She's laughing, I think. Because once again, Kim seems to be, well, at this moment, at least Lauren London seems to be laughing all the way to the bank. You guys, what do you think is going on? One thing we can say, these reports are true. When you zoom out, Kim's whole empire is being propped up by shapewear that no one is really hyped about anymore. And Jeff Bezos is investing in Sydney Sweeney's lingerie line. So yeah, Kim must be livid. Because Jeff didn't just pass on Skims, he handed the younger, cheaper. And by that, I mean, you don't need all those endorsements, and Sydney does not have 4 kids to support. Allegedly, okay? Allegedly, less calculating, but infinitely more talented version of Kim, the exact deal Kim wanted. Maybe Sydney's not Kim's successor, she's Kim's Amazon dupe, and Lauren Sanchez is sitting front row watching it all fall apart. So where does that leave everything? Again, time will tell what's going on. And we see Lauren Sanchez and Sydney Sweeney all of a sudden buddy, just like we saw Lauren Sanchez and Kim a few years ago. Well, know that Lauren is defending her throne. However, is there trouble in paradise? Because the ink on the prenup cannot even be dry. We're going to see who wins out in this battle royale. Baby, listen, A lot of people say Lauren doesn't have to lift a finger anymore. She just has to wait for Kim and Sydney to exhaust themselves. But for now, it seems like she's shipping champagne, watching Jeff write checks to the wrong girls while she owns the bank. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments. The story is developing, but wait, who knows what's going on?